Hey, Abby here, and Happy New Year. I know it's January 11th, but it's the first video I've made this year, so I figured I would say Happy New Year. But I also wanted to I think I'm going to start doing maybe weekly updates on Cliqly, just because I have been getting some comments and some people asking me questions, and I just, you know, as long as I continue to post and do a case study, I will continue to update my results. If things get better, great. If they don't, I'll let you know that too. But I think there needs to be. I know there's a lot of people out there promoting this, and I think there needs to be a voice out there that is actually giving real numbers and not just trying to sign people up and getting them in on the hype. Because what you're sold on and getting in, you send some emails, you'll start making money, and I mean that's just not the way it works. It's going to take a huge investment, and it's the part they don't really tell you about. So what I'm going to do in this video, I'm going to show you just kind of the calculator that I've come up with, that's going to give you real numbers based on my results. So um, what this is, so basically Cliqly is a system where you can send out building credits. Everybody who opens the emails get put on your list, and then you can use the internal mailing system called C Pro, Cliqly Pro, and you can email those subscribers every day. And every time people click the link within your email, you get paid 10 cents. So, and I mean, I'm pretty much about math. If something makes sense to me, then I do it. If it doesn't make sense, well, then I mean, I need to kind of voice my opinion and let people know the actual math. Um, I don't always get received really well with that because I'm throwing out real numbers, but hey, I mean, the numbers are what they are. If they get better, I mean, I'm more than willing to post about that too. But so here's what we have. Basically, this is the cost of maxing out your sends in Cliqly Pro, which is the internal system where we get to email our subs. So when you start building your list, you start moving up tiers. You start, you get to 70,000, or I mean, you get to 30,000 subs, you get to send 70,000 a day. Um, that's kind of how that works, and you just move up as you build. So these are the daily costs at this rate. So if you buy your credits in bulk, you get them the cheapest. It's the cheapest rate to send, and then you get to basically you get the lowest rate to send. So this would be my daily costs at each of these tiers: weekly costs, monthly costs, yearly costs, and that's to send at each of these levels right here. And so what I have done is, now in Cliqly you can use building credits. This number right here is 500,000 because that's what you're allowed to send 500,000 a day in building. Now, if you do that, you're going to spend $137 a day, but you're going to get almost 5,000 subs every day. So what I kind of did over here, and you can pause this video at any point and just look at these numbers. But what I did over here is, if you're trying to build a list, if you're starting at 0 and you're trying to build to 30,000 and you do max building, you do that, it will take you just around 6 days, about a week, basically a week of max sending, to reach 30,000 subs. And your weekly cost, I mean, that's going to cost you close to $1,000 to do that. Now, you could spend the money, do it, get it done, and sit at this tier and start sending in Cliqly Pro. Now, Cliqly Pro is going to cost, you'll be at this first level, so weekly it's going to cost you $42, but you're going to get paid 10 cents back for every click that you're getting. Now, down here, what I did, I've actually taken a weekly average for the last several weeks. Like, so you send 10,000 emails at a time. The average clicks I am getting per 10,000 send is $1.58 per 10,000 send. Now, I was sending 130,000 per day, so I was actually right here, and I was averaging just about $20 to $21 every day. So this is pretty accurate, and this is about a 4-week period of time averaging. So that could be a little higher, a little lower, depending on how well your emails are converting per clicks. And so what I have here is, these are just estimates of what you could potentially make at each of these tiers. So if you're at tier 1, you could potentially make a profit of almost $5 a day. At tier 2, you can make about $7. Tier 3, that's where I was just a couple weeks ago, and I was probably making about $10 a day. I mean, this is my average over a certain period of time, like 4 weeks. Now I'm on tier 4, and this is right at what I'm averaging. So that's pretty much what I'm getting daily. This would be my daily profit. This would be my estimated profit for the month. Now, to put a little context to this, so, I mean, you can see each tier, but here's what I want you to take notice too. If you're building at this level, let's just pretend you want to, every day you want to max out and you have all the money in the world so you can spend $137 a day and max out. It will take you 6 months to get to tier 10. It's going to cost you $25,000 to do it. And that's just if it's converting at this rate. That's been my conversion lately. It's actually been a pretty good conversion. I've seen it as low as like 0.82. So like this can vary as well. Right now it's converting pretty good. So let's just say, it is converting at that. It's going to cost you $25,000 to get to this tier 10. Now, will you make some of that money back? Yeah. Every 500,000 you send out, you're going to make about $30 back. So you're not going to make, it's still costing you $100 a day. You're losing $100 a day, or you're investing $100 a day. Now, these are the costs to email down here to get these revenues. The costs are up here. So you know what at each of these levels about what you're making back in profit, which isn't even going to come close to this. So you're going to have to make a hefty investment to get to tier 10 to be bringing something back like $2,100 a month. And that's just if you are averaging that. Now that could be a little bit higher, a little bit lower. It just depends. What I wanted to point out though is most people don't have that type of money to keep reinvesting without making money back. And like, I have had the approach of going very slow and steady and not spending more than what like I'm getting back. So like, it's taking me 14 months to get to tier 4 because I refuse to invest thousands of dollars and get into debt to do this. Now, there are other people there's one guy in the group who is $28,000 he invested into this, and he has not made that back. Now, he has some credits, and he has some credits in the account, but I calculated the credits that he has left for click building. He's only going to recoup about $10,000 of that. So, according to like my averages, I'm using my numbers. So I don't even know if he'll ever get that money back, to be honest. I'm just trying to show, like, you can pause the video, look at any of these numbers, but basically these costs are based off of the pricing that I bought these credits on. And they run sales, and there may be some ways to get a little bit cheaper. If you can't afford to buy in bulk, you can buy, smaller amounts at a time. It's just going to cost you more. So like the smallest package in Cliqly Pro is 1 million. This is going to change up all these numbers. So 1 million credits you can get, I think it's $125 right now. So it's going to cost you $1.25 to send emails every day. Now, this changes all of these numbers and your costs go up because, you're paying a little bit higher rate. So it cuts into your profit margin. So now at tier 1, you're only making a couple bucks a day. Tier 2, you're making $3. To me, like, you're spending, yes, at some of these lower levels, it takes you 10 or 15 minutes a day. But as you go up tiers and you've got to set up 900 or a million, you've got to send up 1 million sends. Like, that's not going to take you 15 minutes. That's going to take you a long time to set up all those emails every day. So, you're talking a couple of hours to potentially make not that much money. Now, granted, at these bigger levels, you'll be getting maybe some bigger checks that you can start buying in bulk. But this is just context to if you can't afford to buy in bulk, or if this is a stretch for you to get into this program, Like if you get in at the silver program or the silver 497, you're not going to make enough off of this buy-in with your credits to get a paycheck. You got to make $300 to get paid back. The gold package, I mean, you might make 300 back, but not everybody has. So like that's going to be kind of a hit and a miss. And then this platinum package, you should be getting a payout. So you could take that $300 and just reinvest it to buy credits and go really, really, really slow. If you're going to build at any type of speed with this, you're going to have to be able to invest quite a bit of money. So, I mean, it's all about what you'd want to do with this business. I'm not promoting it. You can find links in my description if you want to see the sales page and things like that. But I'm not making videos to try and get people in this. I'm actually making videos so that if people are researching Cliqly, they can actually just find some real numbers. I'm only going to put real numbers on based on my experience. And I mean, there are 500 people in this group who've been doing this, and there are about 3 people who are actually in true profit. And I'm only a couple $100 up. And as soon as I have to come back up here and buy those 10 million credits, I got to buy them at, I think, 877. That's going to knock me down a few $100s again, and I've got to make that back. So I'll keep doing videos and updating numbers. But pause this video and actually look at my numbers. These are the daily, weekly, monthly costs at each of these tiers. This, I actually only build 100,000 a week. So it's costing me $27 a week to build my list because I'm just going super slow. I'm not going crazy. I'm actually going to start doing 150. So that's what it's going to cost. It's going to cost me 41. I'm only going to do that once a week. So it's going to cost me $41 a week to build my list at 150,000. And I am at tier 4, which right now I am making about $32 a day. So this calculator is pretty accurate. I can take that $400 and the profit and put it back in to the business. But granted, how many years is it going to take for me to do this tedious work, building it this slow to get to this level? And I'm just not willing to go, thousands and thousands of dollars in the hole to hopefully be making some of these numbers. Because if I was sitting at 28,000 right now, that person is only at tier 7 or 8. So they're not even at this level where they're making that much money. And I actually did their calculations, and they'd only be making about 30 or $40 profit a day, which is right there. That's pretty much what I call it. So it's a lot of work and a lot of money to not make a lot of profit. And I'm going to actually start putting out some videos of maybe some things that will help people make some actual money online. Like, you don't have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to actually make money online. I mean, yeah, you can have a small budget, but in order to scale a real business, you should be able to take your profits and reinvest your profits, not keep reinvesting more and more of your own money. That business model just is not the greatest business model, to be honest. So I hope this video helped. If you don't understand anything in this video, go watch some of my other videos because that'll give you context to what the Cliqly system is. Thanks so much. Hope you guys have a great year, and I will be back next week.